Hi, I'm Troy Marshall,
And I'm Anwen Marshall.
and this is our family. One of the first things we did when we moved here was we knew we had to find a good local church.
Yeah.
And so I have this philosophy about churches, and when you're looking for a church, is you don't look for a church. What you look for is your pastors. And wherever they are, that's where you go to church. So we went to City Harvest looking for leaders. Like, what are our leaders going to be like? And we found Pastor Derek and Pastor Susan to be just incredible individuals who we immediately saw a connection with. And we knew that this is where we belonged.
What we looked for in our church was that it would be spirit-filled, not just for us, but teaching our children to live a spirit-filled life.
Yeah, there are many churches out there, and everyone's got good ministries and good children's church and youth and programs. But one of the things that we thought was very important is that our kids had a real, genuine encounter with God, that they weren't just, in a building on Sunday mornings, but that they were actually having a real encounter with God's presence that was transforming their life. So that's why we really connected with City Harvest. Before finding CHC, we went to a lot of different places trying to find great churches, and what we really found was a community.
And that you connect with people from the parking lot to the starting point to going into the sanctuary, and always being welcome. There's always somebody welcoming you and making you feel at home, that you're part of the family.
And the community here at CHC is something that really has made a huge impact on our kids, and that's one of the things that has really endeared us to this church. One of the things that I really admire about the church and the leadership of the church is the clarity of the vision.
Yes.
And what I love is anyone can get involved. Anyone can come to the church, and there's a clear path. It's not a mystery, or it's not ambiguous. Like, how do I become a leader? How do I get involved in the church? And how do I do something to impact the community? And it's so clear. That's what I love about the church.
But what I really appreciate about the church is that it's not just expecting the pastor to preach, Pastor Derek or Pastor Susan to preach. What they do is that they want to equip disciples, raising up disciples, fulfilling their purpose. Everybody in church has a purpose, not just because you're full-time ministry. In the marketplace, everybody has a purpose. God created everybody with a purpose. And seeing Pastor Derek and Pastor Susan's heart to raise up people fulfilling their purpose is their greatest calling.
Right.
And our motto in church is to raise up disciples who love God, love people, and love life. And that's what life is about. It's serving God and bringing other people into a relationship with God.
But when I come to a church service, I really want to sense that God is with us. God is there. God is speaking. And one thing about CHC that I love is that you just never know what's going to happen in a church service. You can come, and one day there's just incredible teaching, and another day there's teaching, and there's an incredible move of God, and people are getting prayed for. We might get halfway through praise and worship, and we're praying for the sick, and we're giving an altar call. It's just one of those things where you really feel that our leaders are really being led by the Holy Spirit about what He wants to do in a church service. And to me, that creates an incredible dynamic where you're just excited to be there, because you know that this isn't just routine. It's not 3 points in a poem and 3 songs and we're out. It's just really something that I really feel really makes it so exciting, because we know that God could do anything in a church service at CHC.
It's when people see the love of God that you extend to them, that it draws them to Christ. And we see that in City Harvest Church. It's those relationships that are built within City Harvest Church that attracts people to come to City Harvest Church, because they don't see themselves as just filling a pew, but they see themselves as valued and loved and cared for. And that's what City Harvest Church is about.
My favorite part of church is worshiping God and worshiping the Lord, and hearing the stories about God's amazing things he'd been seeing back then.